Epstein's alive. Pizzagate. The earth is flat. Hollow. Space is fake. You're part of the cabal. Man.
The Q Report.
We're getting to the drinking Kool-Aid in like Ecuador portion of the QAnon segment, and or Guyana or wherever the hell it was. So yeah, there it is. It's in South America. So look, this is past Thursday, a week from today, a week ago today. Our main man Trump had a rally in Arizona. Big old rally, thousands of people. There's a little controversy after the rally. We could talk about that. Mm-hmm. But the big controversy that had QAnon, Telegram, all aflutter, was that Trump wasn't there, man. JFK was being the body double for Donald Trump at the Donald Trump rally. And they definitely think it's going to be a Trump JFK ticket for 2024.
Hold on.
Okay,
which JFK? The 107-year-old
yeah,
JFK?
104-year-old JFK, old JFK.
Okay.
Wait,
Gotcha.
so hold on. I thought that there was some division amongst the conspiracy theorists. There were some that said it was just a straight up Don Trump body double, and there were some that said, because there was an and or in there, Don Trump body double, or it was JFK Jr. as Trump.
No, so I didn't. Maybe the article was slightly different, but yeah, the ones that I read mostly were lean toward the JFK was the body double for Trump at this Arizona rally. And so I think the bigger part of it is, so you remember our friends, we talked about the whole JFK and JFK Jr. thing in Dallas. Mm-hmm. There's a gentleman kind of spearheading this, we'll call him a sect of QAnon, that's all about this JFK stuff. His name is like Michael Protzman or Mark Protz, something like that, something along those lines. This guy is like the spearhead of the JFK Trump collaboration in QAnon, and my man has become quite the VIP at these events. He was like on stage with Trump and his colleagues. He's got the inner ear of the Trump organization, which is even more concerning, I think, than we laugh about the general overall hilarity of the JFK coming back to life and body doubling Donald Trump. Where are we going with this, guys? What's the end here?
I just don't get I don't get the benefit.
Where's faith?
Because yeah, I know. What is this? Sometimes a claim like this leads to some sort of something. I'm failing to see what something that this leads to, unless it's just a more rah-rah Trump Jr. 2024 ticket. But the one I was reading, because I was getting perplexed at the fact that, okay, a Trump body double, I get it. It's a dude who fucking looks like Donald Trump. Okay, but like, why couldn't they leave? If you say leave good enough alone, that implies the word there was anything good about it. But why leave that alone and have to throw the junior part into it? Can't they let that one die? Figuratively.
And literally, because that's what happened. I think I'm so perplexed, Alan, is because multiple reasons here. One, it's fucking ridiculous. I kind of let me finish my sentence before you jump on me here. I quasi stuck up for these January 6 twats because of the way information has been passed, and if they really thought this guy Q was a real insider and thought that their country was being stolen from beneath them, in a way I could see their patriotic notion was to try to take over the Capitol and stop all of this nonsense from happening. I felt like that they were dumb people making a rational decision from a dumb standpoint. But now I'm just, if this is real, like these people really believe like the nonsense that you just said, like, and they're part of the political process, I don't know. I don't, like Wes said, if it was just a body double there, and that's more plausible. Do I think that Donald Trump has enough money in reality to actually hire a body double to go out and give his speech for him? No, I don't. Like, this is sounding like Saddam Hussein bullshit. But then to say that JFK Jr. is wearing a Donald Trump skin suit, or even JFK, 104 years old, with a fucking bullet hole through the back of his fucking brain stem, is fucking wearing a skin suit of Donald Trump to give fucking shitty speeches. Like, that's...
I think
I don't know.
I think you brought up, I think what would be the major concern is that, like, we've spent the last year and a half, 2 years being like, ha ha ha, these guys, they're crazy. But, like, these JFK ones are super crazy. Like, something's going to happen there. It's going to be an event. And we're going to be like, see, we told you that was coming. But you mentioned a thing of, like, these people getting into government and politics, and they very much are. They very much are running for congressional seats and fucking state senate seats and things of that nature, where, like, run for a congressional seat. Honestly, I don't care, because we see the Matt Gaetzes and the Marjorie Taylor Greens, who aren't effectively doing anything in Congress except just being a pain in the ass. I kind of would take that over, like, you becoming your county comptroller, because I think you could do a whole lot more damage to your community if that's the way you're going with things. And so I think that's the part that you brought up that concerns me more than anything, other than, like, our laughs and ha-has at them, is that, like, some of these people are your friends and neighbors, and they're starting to be like, you know what I should do? Fucking be on the education board, and they should not.
Well, yeah, and because I feel like on the flip side of that playbook is, well, again, if you go to Twitter and you go to the libs of TikTok, yes, they have infiltrated your county commissioners boards and your fucking your education system, and yeah, it's becoming a problem. I do think it would be a bigger problem if these people do win congressional seats, which they actually have a chance of doing. But
they saw was actually a body double, or even JFK in disguise. So that's where I got it. And I don't like the body double of Trump. Okay. I mean, what is it? Does Trump just not want to do these things, full time? So he sends a body double to go out and speak, because people talked about his gestures being weird. He wasn't talking with his hands. His voice was a little deeper, sounded nervous. Side profile looked different. He didn't pause and inhale a lot, which I suppose he does. I didn't even know that he does that. But these are people who have
if you know the breathing and word vomit cadence of your dear leader, you might be in a cult.
Yeah.
But no, I don't get it either, man. Like, I've seen hypotheses that some of them have, and they're like, he's at the military tribunals in Guantanamo, so he had to send a body to, like, everything you could possibly think of.
Right.
Like, that's always the thing, is, like, you can't get too deep under the surface, because then it derails. They don't really have anything. They're just still moving goalposts.
Right.
Being like, going to happen.
Or maybe because of supply chain issues that are currently happening in America, Trump can't get his fingers on his European Sudafed, which is riddled with amphetamine. And so maybe he's just not as juiced up as he has been in the past.
That's a good point.
That could be. And he's almost 80 years old. So maybe he's slowing down just a tick. Maybe not as slow as old Joe, but, maybe he's just not the chump of. Maybe he's lost a little vigor. Maybe he's looking at old DeSantis down in Florida and like, I may not be able to beat this guy. So maybe I should just start to tank it now.
Well, I will say, on the more serious note, those people, like, who work around him who aren't in the White House now, so they're definitely leaking shit to, like, other news networks, are like, yeah, my man is unstable at the moment. There's a lot of legal dealings happening that he is concerned about. And so, I mean, I guess I could get the logic of being like, oh, he's exhausted, but we can't stop the grift. We got to pay these legal fees. We got to get that rally money.
Right.
So they send him anyway. Like, I could see that logically and plausibly, but I also think he's too much of a narcissist to not go get fucking sucked off by, like, 20,000 Arizonans. You know what I mean? In a desert, in just in the desert, and then lock them in. Yeah, when they start to leave a little early.
Well, I do want to get to that, but you hit the nail on the head with the narcissism point, because Trump, according to him, and I've seen montages where no one does things, no one knows or does things better than him. No one knows better than me. How, I mean, the narcissism would just cause him to have a panic attack if he understood that someone was trumping Trump more than Trump, you know, body double or not. Like, wait, no, this is not going to work. You're doing it all wrong.
Or, on the flip side of that, I can believe that it's a body double because I could also believe that Don has other things to worry about. So he actually had sit-down auditions for someone to portray himself. And then this is the guy he signed. Hey, this guy does me about as good as me. Not as good as me. Nobody does me as good as me. But this guy's pretty good. He's almost as good as me. He's a step below me, but he's about as good as me. I can see that too. So I can see it being a body double. Mm-hmm. However, I cannot see it being JFK, a dead man, or JFK Jr., another dead man. And I don't know why. I don't know why these people have to go a step beyond.
Yeah.
Like, I believe the earth is flat before I believe it's any of the other nonsense that Alan spouted off at the beginning of the segment.
Right? Like, stick with that stuff. Like, that's what I'm saying is these conspiracies have just gotten a little... Look, I'm all for a good conspiracy theory. I will fight you tooth and nail that Bigfoot exists. But 104-year-old corpse of JFK getting up on that Arizona stage and fumbling around fucking as Donald Trump, not happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, as Trump, yeah, pulled like Mission Impossible, you know, had threw on the old the thing over his face, looking good, looking all Trump-like, coming out and then talking. I guess that, yeah, they said the side profile was weird.
Well, that's what, like, and then, like, a lot of them, like, were like, see, he had his peacoat collar up, and they were like, yeah, well, you know, it gets to, like, 10 degrees in the fucking desert in January, you cocksuckers. And he was like, I'm going to load you into this desert and fucking speak to you like a prophet. And they were like, yep, we're paying for that. Yeah. Sign me up, baby.
And then they try to leave, and he locks the gates. Isn't that a fire hazard?
It's definitely a problem of some sort. I don't know. It's probably a fire hazard, but it was like he locked like the gate to the parking lot. Like if like Nissan Pavilion was like, nah, I can't leave yet. Mm-hmm. I think that's what happened. But from all of the firsthand videos I saw, man, the Freedom Brigade was up in arms about their freedom being taken from them and their inability to leave. Some guy was like, I gotta go to the bathroom, but there was no porta potties. Like, the firsthand videos of it are fucking pure gold if you haven't seen any.
God, I can't imagine like some of these go-hards at a Trump rally not having fucking bolt cutters in their trunk. I mean, one of these fucking people had to have some sort of measure to snap a master lock and some like a chain tied some of these some of these gates together. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. Done with this.
The thing is like when you herd sheep, once you establish a container, a barrier, a containment line, they don't tend to stray from that too often. Maybe a straggler here or there. So I think what you have is just classic sheep behavior. They were penned in. There was nowhere to go. Just complaints. Lots of bads.
I'm gonna get on the hotline.
I just think it's wild, man. He was like, "Oh, you're gonna leave. You're gonna leave before me. You're gonna beat the rush. I am the fucking rush. Stay in the fucking parking lot.
You're gonna listen to me and my pillow guy after me. All right, God damn it.
The my pillow guy.